From the moment you were old enough to understand words, you were sold a carefully constructed lie. It is a lie so deeply woven into the fabric of our society that to question it feels like a betrayal. The lie goes like this: put your head down, get good grades, work hard, put in the hours, and eventually you will be rich. But take a look around. The people working the longest hours, breaking their backs and sacrificing their health are rarely the ones flying on private jets or buying up real estate. If hard work actually equaled wealth, a construction worker or a line cook would be a billionaire. The brutal truth is that the economic system is not broken. It is functioning exactly as it was designed. Your hard work, your late nights, and your unwavering dedication are not building your empire. They are building someone else's. Welcome to the effort myth. Today we are going to deconstruct the exact mechanics of why your hustle is keeping you broke, how the wealthy actually multiply their net worth, and how the global economic machine is specifically engineered to extract your time and convert it into their equity. To understand the trap, you have to look at the origins of the modern workday. Our current education and employment systems were not built to create free-thinking entrepreneurs, innovators, or independent thinkers. They were designed during the Industrial Revolution to produce compliant, predictable factory workers. The entire goal was to train people to trade their most finite and precious resource, their time, for a standardized paycheck. When you accept a salary, you are making a very specific mathematical agreement. You are agreeing that the value you create for the company will always be significantly higher than the amount they pay you. That difference, that surplus value, is called profit. And that profit goes to the shareholders. In this equation, you are not a partner. You are a highly optimized tool, an operational expense, being used to generate a return on investment for the people at the top. The ultra-wealthy understand a concept that the middle class is completely blind to: leverage. Most people think that to make 10 times more money, they have to work 10 times harder. They try to take on extra shifts, work overtime, or grind through the weekend. But human beings are bound by the laws of physics and biology. You only have 24 hours in a day. Your physical output is capped. The wealthy do not operate on a linear scale of effort. They operate on leverage. There are four main types of leverage. The first is labor, other people working for you. When you are a dedicated employee, you are the labor leverage for someone else. The second is capital, money working for you. The third is code, software working for you while you sleep. And the fourth is media, content that reaches millions of people at zero marginal cost of reproduction. The reason the founder of a tech company makes 1,000 times more than the lead engineer isn't because the founder is 1,000 times smarter or works 1,000 times harder. It is because the founder holds the equity and controls the leverage. They have built a machine that scales infinitely while the engineer is still trading hours for dollars. The engineer is pushing the boulder up the hill, the founder owns the hill. But the extraction doesn't stop at the corporate level. The very laws of our economy, specifically the tax code, are explicitly designed to penalize your hard work. If you look at the tax structures in almost any developed country, earned income, the money you get from a standard W-2 paycheck or an hourly wage is taxed at the absolute highest possible rate. The government takes its cut before the money even hits your bank account. You are financially penalized for trading your physical and mental effort for cash. Now compare that to the elite class. They do not want a high salary. A massive salary is a massive tax trap. Instead, they take their compensation in equity, stock options, and ownership of assets. When those assets increase in value by millions of dollars, they don't pay taxes on that unrealized gain. If they need cash to buy a mansion or a yacht, they don't sell their stock, which would trigger a massive capital gains tax. Instead, they simply go to a bank and borrow money against their assets at incredibly low interest rates. Since a loan is not considered income by the government, it is completely tax-free. This strategy is known in ultra-high net worth circles as buy, borrow, die. They buy assets, borrow against them to fund their lavish lifestyles tax-free, and hold them until they pass them on to their heirs. The system actively rewards people who own things and aggressively punishes people who do things. Your hard work is taxed to fund the infrastructure that the wealthy use to protect their assets. And if the taxes don't drain you, the silent thief of inflation will. While the working class saves their cash in traditional bank accounts, watching their purchasing power melt away year after year, the wealthy hold assets, real estate, stocks, commodities that inflate in value alongside the economy. Inflation is essentially a wealth transfer from people who save currency to people who own assets. Furthermore, the system sells you the illusion of the corporate ladder. They promise you a 3% annual raise or a new managerial title to keep you motivated. But that title is just a golden handcuff. It demands more of your time, more of your energy, and pulls you further away from building anything of your own. You become a high-paid prisoner, completely dependent on the very system that is extracting your life force. So, what is the way out? How do you stop being the fuel for someone else's rocket ship? It requires a violent paradigm shift in how you view your life. You have to stop viewing yourself as an employee and start viewing yourself as a business of one. You must transition from a mindset of effort to a mindset of ownership. If you do not own a piece of a business, real estate, or intellectual property, your wealth has a hard, impenetrable ceiling. You will never outwork a system that is mathematically designed to cap your upside. You have to acquire equity. You have to build systems that produce value entirely disconnected from your direct time. This doesn't mean quitting your job tomorrow, but it does mean changing your strategy today. It means taking the surplus of your income and buying back your time. It means building leverage through digital products, media, or code during your nights and weekends. It means realizing that every hour you spend building a side hustle or investing in cash-flowing assets is an hour you are finally working for yourself, not for the shareholders above you. The effort myth relies on your blind compliance. It relies on you being too exhausted by Friday night to think about building your own escape route. But once you see the matrix for what it really is, you can never unsee it. Hard work is important, yes, but hard work without ownership is just modern-day exploitation. Success is not a reward for sacrifice, but for the strategic design of your systems. You must understand that the economy does not pay you for how difficult your task is, but for how difficult you are to replace. And nothing is more replaceable than raw time. True freedom emerges when you stop being the engine of the machine and start becoming its architect. It is time to stop validating your worth through exhaustion and start measuring it through ownership. Only when you own the channel, the code, or the capital do you cease to be an operational expense and become the master of your own economic destiny. If you are ready to stop trading your life force for a paycheck and want to learn the exact frameworks the wealthy use to build infinite leverage, you need to watch this next video. I break down the specific assets you can start acquiring today to step out of the labor trap and start building real generational wealth. Click on the screen right now and let's get to work on your empire. See you there.